Vibras?
Cause we know the Vibras. Welcome back to another episode of the You Know the Vibras podcast. I'm the one and only Wanda Don, and as always, I'm accompanied by Michael Carrasco. As you guys
What
see
up?
in the title, we are back and we're gonna bring you guys some nostalgia. Those who are familiar with the old platform Vine, those who know, and those who don't know, you will know today, thanks to You Know the Vibras podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
What's the word though? How you feeling, man?
Man, I've been nervous, man. This Yankees been let's say we didn't get a good start to the beginning of the World series. But you know what? We're going to the Bronx on Monday. And hopefully we get the W.
Yeah, nah, they looking rough. They looking rough. It's definitely a good series.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but I just started rooting for the Dodgers because I want Otani to win, and I also hate that everybody and their mom was posting the Yankees on their story as if now they're Yankees fans. So I've always been that guy. I want to go against everybody, especially in
Right,
sports.
right.
And man, yeah, I just definitely wanted to, want the Dodgers to win now. And we did have an eventful weekend of sports though. Also with
Oh
the
yeah,
UFC in
yeah.
Abu Dhabi had
UFC.
some very dominant performances. Shout out to Ilia
Mm-hmm.
Topuria putting on for the Spanish community.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Powerful knockout on a guy that has never gotten knocked out before. This isn't a sports
Mm-hmm.
talk, but we just got to give credit to where it's due. Shout out to Dana White doing his
Exactly,
thing.
exactly.
And the sports world is definitely has been entertained this past week with the MLB World Series and Abu Dhabi fight card.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
let's
also,
get in. Yes, sir.
and I was gonna say, can't forget NBA
Oh yeah.
starting as
Yes,
well.
sir. That's a fact. That's a fact. But today's episode, as you guys see in the title, we're going to be touching on Vine, but more importantly, Vine versus TikTok. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but before we get into this, we do want to kind of give you guys a rundown and a little touch on Vine and what it is. Um, I mean, if you want to go ahead and attack it, we can.
Yeah. So Vine, I would say Vine is like the OG TikTok. For
Yeah.
those, if you're on the little bit on the younger side, you probably have no idea what Vine is. But Vine started in 2012. It was essentially, I would say, the first short format video sharing platform. It was what 6 seconds
6
videos, looping
seconds.
videos that creators had to try to get your attention. And yeah, that's Vine in a nutshell. Is essentially, I would say, is what set up TikTok for success.
Yeah.
To see how much success is happening right now.
Yeah. So definitely, as they say, Vine, or people make this reference, but Vine walks so TikTok could run, and that's
Right.
literally the truth. The truth, because Vine was the first platform to have, like Michael said, these short videos, but it
Mm-hmm.
was so challenging for content creators at that time to get the attention. Because think about it, imagine TikTok videos being 6 seconds. Like, you know how
Right.
hard it is to, especially with this many content creators. Vine had a lot of content creators as well. So just
Right.
try
Right.
to think about it, being able to grow your platform and fan base with only 6 seconds.
It's
And
challenging.
it was very challenging, but they got it. Vine was very like, if you look at it now, it was very cringy, but it was
Mm-hmm.
funny in the time. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Very
No, I
cringy. You've
agree.
seen a lot of skits, a lot of like skits. But imagine a skit in 6 seconds. That's what's so crazy to me. But it worked. But it worked.
It did
But
work. It did work.
yeah.
And pointing out the cringy part, I feel like some of the things, like I was looking back to some Vine videos. I'm like, damn, how did we find that funny back then?
Yeah. Yeah. But it was definitely hard to grow on. And those that did grow on it had a loyal fan base, I'd say.
A
And
hundred percent.
it was something that you would look back on and you'd be like, how was it that, they maintained their popularity?
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, it was a quick. So Vine blew up, and it was the number one platform in 2013, as we may see in the graph here. Vine was the number one app at the time, but it had competitors. The competitors at the time were YouTube, Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, and
Basically,
Snapchat.
yeah. Yeah.
But think about it. Vine had like was running away with the lead because Vine was unique in its way, because at the time Instagram only was picture dominant.
Picture only, yeah. Yeah, no videos
And
whatsoever.
exactly, this was a time where Instagram didn't have stories, didn't have videos, as we mentioned, just strictly pictures. Literally food pictures. That was it, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Those who know. Instagram was just a mainly like people go out to eat and they post the picture of their
Mhm.
eats, of their good eats. And then Snapchat was just one of those things where you communicated through snap, like through pictures as you
Right,
do
through
now. But
pictures as well, yeah.
um, Vine was just unique in its own way because it didn't have messaging. It was just more so videos.
Yeah, it was just a video feed from different creators. I mean,
Yeah,
kinda like what TikTok is now.
exactly.
I feel like but at the time, if you looking back, it was a very basic platform. You
Exactly.
follow people, people follow you back. You make content,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
likes and views,
Yeah.
essentially. And honestly, another biggest talk is TikTok. Well, Vine versus TikTok. But if you think about it, Vine
Mm.
set I guess laid the road for a lot of platforms. Like for example, after Vine started blowing up, and a lot of this other social media platforms saw how Vine was,
Failing.
gaining users. And also the downfall of Vine.
Yeah.
A lot of these other social media platforms started incorporating short format videos. Like we had Instagram started letting you post videos. Uh, Same thing with Facebook. I think they used to call it like Facebook and Instagram Shorts, something like that.
Yeah.
At the time, Twitter didn't have video,
Well, because
and
Twitter bought Vine,
correct,
so
correct,
Vine was its video format.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
They use it was used more of a separate thing rather than a like incorporated into the platform already.
Right. But I mean, so those who don't know, the biggest downfall, honestly, because Vine was a great app. It was a great app. It
Hmm.
was an app where the consumers were entertained and you could spend
Hmm.
hours on there like people do on TikTok. It was great.
Right.
But its biggest downfall was that one, content creators, well, honestly, content creators and the app itself were not seeing any monetization.
Right.
The content creators didn't see any monetization from the aspect of there was no way that they could get paid because the app wasn't
Hmm.
making money itself. Two,
Hmm.
there was no ad revenue, like there was no ads placement on the app as
Right.
well. And that's where the app itself wasn't making any money. So how can they pay them if they're not making money themselves?
Hmm.
So basically what the content creators would do, they would use the following that they were getting to go ahead and transfer over to Instagram or transfer over
Instagram,
to YouTube.
YouTube.
And that's how you see the relevant Vine, I guess they were calling them Viners at the time, the relevant
Yeah.
Viners at the time that became relevant after or post Vine were those who were able to take advantage of the fame and then also translating it to their Instagram and
To the
YouTube,
other
where
to
there's
the
a
other
handful,
platforms. Yeah.
because there are some people that stayed on Vine and then never translated over
That.
because once the app
Hmm.
shut down, there was no way to even look up the names or whatever. Like the app completely shut down and no one
Right.
had access to the app anymore. So the
Hmm.
monetization was a huge aspect and a huge component, which also led content creators to start pulling away from it once they seen that they could monetize themselves on YouTube or Instagram.
Hmm.
And I say that was the biggest downfall because
Oh yeah.
I mean, think about it. That is another reason. I don't blame Vine in a way
Right.
because
Right.
how could you place ads or how can someone monetize something when you're only getting 6 seconds to do so in the video as well? If you were to do like a ad for a company or whatever, or ad placement being in the video somewhere or after, if there was no
There
time,
was
like
no
enough
way of
time.
doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, and there was no way of doing it as well because it was basically the guinea pig before ads started getting added to Instagram because Instagram didn't have ads until later on,
Right.
and
Right.
also these other platforms. And then we saw how important the marketing aspect was with social media
Hmm.
and all of that. So Vine, unfortunately, was like the guinea pig, but I feel like it had potential. It definitely had potential.
It definitely had potential, but it had to figure out a way of how. All right, how can we get you know people to stick longer, and how can we get that revenue ad revenue aspect into the platform? And I feel that was the thing that they couldn't figure out, and which ended up to Vine essentially vanishing overnight,
Yeah,
technically.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we see it though. The apps that don't innovate are the apps that fail. There's a
Right.
long list of
Right.
apps, like even Kick. Had a lot of promise.
Get
Kick was
yes.
low key adding stories and stuff into their app before it
Mhm.
fell off as well. Kick had some promise.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah. Kick was what, like the number one messaging app.
Messaging, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that Kick was
Had
WhatsApp
group
before
chats,
WhatsApp
exactly,
was a
exactly,
thing.
exactly. That is true. That is true. Um, but yeah, I'd say the biggest downfall to many of these were basically
Innovation.
not innovating. And as Michael transition to over now, is TikTok took advantage of that. But before TikTok was a
Mhm.
thing, it was a thing, but in another name. And I let my
Right,
man
right.
Michael take that.
Yeah, yeah. So everybody knows TikTok originated in China. And it wasn't called TikTok before that. It actually had a couple names. The first name was Douyin, which what it was
Mm,
called in China when it first started. And there was an app here in the states that a lot of people used to use, primarily teenage girls back in like 2013, 2014, 15, 16, and it was Musically. If you remember Musically essentially was a video sharing platform where you will
mm,
lip sync for like 15 seconds and then you could post the video, download, and then
mm,
post it somewhere else.
mm,
So TikTok ended up buying Musically in around that same time that they came out, 2017. And then in 2018, that's when TikTok was released. And essentially it took all those features from Musically and I guess learning from Vine and just made a whole new platform.
yeah, so TikTok was lucky, or Musically was lucky, or TikTok, however you want to
Hmm.
call it, because they
Right.
kind of saw, like you mentioned, where Vine failed, or
Right.
where Vine was lacking. Because I don't know, you guys can correct me in the comments, but I really don't
Hmm.
remember Vine having music at all on their platform.
Right. Not
If there
not that
did,
I
it was
think of.
minimal or it was in the background, but I didn't see it
Hmm.
where you could add a sound. You know what I mean? So I think that's where Musically had a lot of, buzz, because a lot of people could identify, or yeah, literally identify themselves with music and
With
express
music, yeah.
themselves with music
Hmm.
and post it in a video like dances. That's where, I mean, honestly, Musically blew up and then TikTok blew up, but more so Musically
Right.
was because the dances that people were making. So before it even became a thing on TikTok, people were doing dances on Musically to music. That makes sense.
Right. No, that is true.
And
That's where like some of the biggest dance move came on, like
yeah,
the whip, the nene,
exactly. I was just thinking that.
uh,
Yeah.
a bunch of them,
Exactly.
man.
And they saw the promise where people could kind of blow up or blow their music up on this app.
Hmm.
And you will see a lot of small artists add their music to the app early on, do like a little fake music video, like preview or whatever, and promote their
Hmm.
music like that. And people could go and also dance or whatever to the music. So it was on a
Exactly.
way, and that's why I like TikTok and its mindset, where it was
Right.
always innovating. It was always
Hmm.
innovating and finding ways to continue to grow. Like we said, Vine always stuck at 6 seconds, but
Right.
TikTok went
Right.
from 15 to then I think 30 or 60 to now
Right.
minutes long, and
Right.
that's impressive.
And I feel like that's the biggest thing because, like you said, 6 seconds is. I mean, 6 seconds go by very quick. I probably
Mhm.
took 6 seconds just saying that, and that was, I would say, that was the biggest challenge for creators on Vine. Those who perfected it saw the rewards, but to consistently doing it is like, it's kind of hard,
Yeah, but you know
and
how
you
hard it
may
was
be
to.
missing a lot of things.
Yeah, but people don't understand how hard it was to even make the video, because you had to record, let
Hmm.
go quick, and then continue. Like,
Right.
to and to do
Yeah.
skits, it was not easy because you had to. It was like one take, but you had to pause it like
Exactly.
in the seconds. Like, it was tough, man. It was like literally piecing things together, because it's not that you could make a
Exactly.
video then crop it down, and no, it was like basically as you were recording, you had to, okay, do this, record. Like, it's tough, bro, tough.
Because it was all native in the app. There wasn't a way to like take a
Edit or
video,
nothing. Yeah.
record it, edit it, and then upload it. And I feel that's where now TikTok is kind of like, um, it started getting traction because for as a creator, I'm like, oh, I can shoot for a whole day,
Mhm.
have a bunch of files, and then I can essentially chop it up and make it this long. And same thing, that's the same thing with like you know, Instagram Shorts now, Instagram Reels, same thing with Facebook. And what was the other one? And now we have YouTube Shorts as well that came
Hmm.
around a couple years ago. And I feel for creators that's more lucrative because they can take a whole day to shoot all type of different skits. And essentially they have time to review the footage, chop it up, and they don't have to redo the whole thing all over again until they
The
make
one
they get it right.
the one thing I would applaud Vine creators with was there was, I feel like, more unity in the Vine
Mm-hmm.
creator world because
Mm-hmm.
they had no choice, honestly. But
Right.
they were yeah, there was not really like much beef. Like now
Mm-hmm.
TikTok you have different crowds, but in
Right,
Vine
right, right,
they were
right.
not like two sides. Everybody was always collabing with each other and making content with each other, and
Mm-hmm.
it was always good to see all your favorite creators in one big video. But that's like
No,
hard
that
to
is
come
true.
by. I mean, in TikTok, there's so many new creators that it's like it's so
Mm-hmm.
tough, like to really pick and choose. But also, what I like about TikTok is that it gives those it gives people that don't really have like a plan an opportunity to grow because they innovated in ways that now you see TikTok with live videos and people doing live videos and making money from it. And it's one of those
Right.
things
Yeah,
where it's like,
yeah,
wow, who would have ever thought that NPC
yeah.
imitation could make you a millionaire, you know what I mean? And we saw that from I can't remember
From
the girl's
TikTok,
name, but
yeah.
yeah, but there's a lot of TikTokers that have been making money from live videos. And I'd say TikTok's competition now, I mean, TikTok's definitely in a world of its own, but its main competition is definitely Instagram
Mm-hmm.
because Instagram has Reels and the Reels are a successful platform, not gonna lie. And it's more
100%, yeah.
accessible in a way because if your Reel blows up, then you get those followers on your main page as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just like, people from TikTok have to promote themselves from TikTok to go follow their Instagram and then their YouTube or
Exactly,
whatever.
yeah.
So I feel like that's one of the bigger things. But I do like TikTok's innovation, how they slowly incorporated many things like messaging. They've incorporated
Mm-hmm.
different groups. Like you could have like the source similar like patronage,
Right.
subscriptions, um, and they're always finding ways to stay relevant, and that's what I like. Although they've been facing much adversity, but do you
No,
think
100%.
do you think if Vine was in this era, that Vine would have much success,
If they could
or
if
what
they
did
could
they
have
have to do different to
innovated
stay relevant? You would say
to
in
stay
this day and age.
relevant, yeah, I
Yeah,
mean innovation. I feel
yeah,
like innovating, like going from 6 seconds maybe to 10 seconds, allowing creators to upload a file rather than having to shoot natively through the app. um Another thing was figuring out a strategy of how you could essentially monetize and find a way where creators can monetize. Because I feel that that's the biggest thing that makes YouTube a successful platform
yeah,
is the ability for creators to monetize their content.
exactly.
And as you can see, most of the people, I mean, most of the big name influencers, they'll all have a YouTube, whether it is, a vlogging YouTube or, like a niche down channel
Hmm.
where they can monetize their platform. And I feel that that's if Vine was able to do something like that, find a way to monetize and then how to make the platform, because the biggest thing was and I mean not just Vine, is every social media platform is how can we keep users on the platform as long as possible.
Yeah, and what I'm reading here is this is basically they saying the downfall of it was it says
Hmm.
after Vine's peak, its downfall was slow, but it was there. Some of the main
Right,
reasons there was lack of monetization, like we mentioned, but also the rising competition. But since Vine
right,
wasn't making money off ads, the ads or the app's top creators proposed a contract to Vine's management
right,
to
yes.
create a creators fund, but Vine
Hmm.
rejected the deal. So what
Hmm.
happened? When they rejected it, the top Viners like Logan Paul, King
Jake
Batch,
Paul,
also they said Jake Paul, songwriter, Sean Mendez, all
Shawn
of these
Mendes,
people, all
yeah.
these Viners, they started to begin to post their videos on other platforms, such as
Mhm.
YouTube and Instagram, where they could monetize their videos and actually earn
Mhm.
revenue. So that's when these other apps became to become a big competitor, and it became a problem to Vine. And that's when Vine started slowly, downfall. Its
That
downfall, and it
downfall,
was like
yeah,
a
because
downward spiral.
I feel because there was a period of time where creators started leaving the platform.
Exactly.
They stopped, like some people even deleted their accounts and went exclusively to YouTube.
Yeah.
Um, other people just stop creating the amount of large amount of content and slowly phasing out and transitioning to other platforms, which once you don't have those big creators,
Yeah.
people most likely won't even go into the platform because they going
Right.
for a specific person.
Right. No, and it says that they did eventually, once the Viners started leaving the platform, um, they did eventually try to propose the contract back up to content creators, and also even proposed that you could post videos up to 140 seconds to
Hmm.
compete with these other platforms, but it was too late and it wasn't enough. And that often led to Vine having to put out an announcement, um, where later they said that they'll be discontinuing the mobile app, and they've been
Yep.
shut down ever since 2017, which is sad, but it's the
Yeah.
truth.
Yeah.
So then other apps took advantage of Vine disappearing,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
they blew up.
Exactly. Yeah. I feel like after that, that's where you saw definitely a spike in YouTube like lifestyle content.
Hmm.
That's when you saw a lot more like vlogs, a lot more, just more like everyday type of life type of content apart from, music and uh, you know, mo- movies and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that I remember in the time, like, I think it would have been successful.
Hmm.
One, if they would have signed the contract for sure.
Right, right,
Because
right.
once you got to have the people that essentially work for you happy. But
Hmm.
the top viners were the ones that were keeping people, you know, on the platform.
On the
And
platform, yeah.
once they went away, obviously people are gonna follow the lead. Especially follow their top. In the sense, in a way, look at it as influencers. If the influencer that you follow is like,
Hmm.
hey, I don't approve this app, they're gonna believe you. They're gonna go to what you say.
Right, right,
So
exactly.
keeping the top viners there was definitely step one, but
Hmm.
two, definitely, not waiting too long to make the videos longer. That was the sense.
Exactly.
And I feel like
Nah,
that would have kept the app successful for sure. Because it was a
nah, I
one of a
agree.
kind, it was its own thing. And people
It
would have
was
stayed
it was
loyal
the
to it.
pioneer. Yeah, it was
Exactly.
it was the pioneer of short format content
Exactly.
at the time. Yeah, and I mean, it's sad to see that because I feel like for us, like 20, I would say like what, like 2011, 2012, 2013. That's
Hmm.
when a lot of the big social media platforms that we use now started popping up, like Instagram. I mean, Twitter was around, but it wasn't as popular. Just because it was more of a mess. Typing. I guess you could type, and that's it. That's how you communicated with
Yeah,
people
but
on there.
the more I look at it, the more it's like, yeah, TikTok really took advantage of everything,
Hmm.
because I was looking at the list and it said they innovated, like they said, by like they added effects, filters, pinned
Hmm.
comments, direct
Yeah.
messages, duets, stitching, tags,
Hmm.
live streaming, analytics,
Yep.
geolocation, but more importantly, and it's something that I applaud TikTok with now, it's TikTok Shop. I never bought anything from TikTok
Yeah.
Shop,
Yeah.
but it's, man, it's insane how innovative these people are. And this, we're not sponsored by TikTok. I'm gonna be honest with you, but it's just crazy, and I applaud them for being innovative, because
Hmm.
they keep adding things and they're being successful with it, because people actually buy
100%.
it from TikTok Shop. I remember I talked to this guy. I was like, "Hey, where'd you get that from?" TikTok Shop. I'm like,
TikTok shop.
"Nah,
Yeah.
Amazon. You got that from TikTok Shop?" Yeah, I got it from TikTok
Yeah.
Shop. And it's
Yeah.
like, what the heck? So it gives people a platform to, one, make money. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? But also to purchase things as well
purchase things. Yeah, and I
from
feel
influencers.
like with what TikTok has going on with the TikTok shop, it might present some problems for Amazon.
Hmm.
And I mean, I did read somewhere a few weeks about a week ago that Amazon is working on a deal where they can essentially be they can people can buy directly from Amazon through TikTok through
Wow.
essentially the TikTok shop,
Wow. So they would like
which will
buy out the
be
TikTok shop basically.
not necessarily. They will still give people like other I would say like other shop owners on TikTok can still run their shops, but essentially Amazon is going to open essentially have their own shop tied to Amazon where
Ah,
people
okay.
can still order or and
Mhm.
I feel like that presents a lot of opportunities where creators can now I mean this is a thing that's going on. You can become a I forgot what they call it, but like a Amazon associate or something like that,
Partner or
where
yeah, partner or something.
Amazon partner where you can
Yeah.
essentially promote products and get
Yeah.
paid a commission. But now a lot of people can actually use that as a way to monetizing their content.
Hmm. That's interesting. Does
Yeah.
Instagram have anything? I think they do, right?
Well,
Or they did and they
Instagram.
failed. I think they tried it.
So they still have because you still have what is called like Facebook shop slash Instagram shop where it lets you, let's say if you take a picture of your product, you can actually tag it where people can click on it. It's kind of like a tag and people can actually click on it and buy it without having to leave
Mhm.
Instagram,
That's dope.
which is smart because at the end of the day you want people to, oh, I can go consume some content, get uh my what do you call it, dopamine, and buy some stuff. Man, come on now.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, nah, that's fire. I'm curious to know what's next for TikTok and how they maintain their relevancy.
Hmm.
I mean,
No, I
do you
mean,
think they
yeah,
have to change anything or just stay the same? I mean, they have to keep innovating, but I don't know what more you
they
can
have to
do.
keep innovating. Yeah, yeah. And I feel, but then again, because if you do the comparison between Instagram and TikTok, they're two completely different platforms
Hmm.
because TikTok is more video based, and
Hmm.
Instagram is more pictures. Although they do have the platform through the reels where you can actually do short format videos as well. But I feel it's good that TikTok is innovating because now it's going to push other platforms to innovate as well.
All right. Huh. I'm trying to see. Yeah, nah. So yeah, so TikTok. I think TikTok just has to continue on the path it's going. I don't see it going
Hmm.
away anytime soon. We saw the recent threat of TikTok eventually being banned, but
Right.
that was the only
Hmm.
challenge they had, to be honest with you. But um, TikTok is solid, man. It's solid, and it has a loyal crowd. It has a loyal crowd, and it keeps growing. Um, it's
Yeah.
I like that it has also a kid friendly portion of it as well, where you could kind of do it
Hmm.
like YouTube Kids. If you had kids, you can
Yeah.
make it
Yeah.
a platform where your kids could use it and see strictly kid appropriate content.
Could
If
relate
that
it.
makes sense.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
I agree.
but I also like how it maintains its strict policies, but also I like
Hmm.
that it allows people to grow and then
hundred
become
percent.
something out of nothing.
100%.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. I mean,
No, I
think
agree.
about it. I
And
feel like what it should do next, low key. I mean,
hmm
people do it, but it's not. I mean, they do have it on there like gaming, but it's not the same. It's not the same way. Like if they could low key add like the same format like Kick and Twitch, that'd be
right.
dope.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be dope
No, that's true. That's true. That's true. And
because
I
you
and I
see
have
people doing
here.
it, but
Yeah, and I was gonna say I have here a little more information about the Amazon and TikTok partnership going on. So it was announced on August 8th, 2024. So the partnership allows users to buy Amazon products directly from the TikTok app. This partnership allows users to shop without leaving the app and provides a seamless shopping experience. So users are able to buy from shoppable ads. You
Mhm.
can link your account, essentially your TikTok and Amazon account, to see real time pricing, delivery rates, and other product details. You can complete the checkout all through TikTok without leaving Amazon, and you can actually receive certain benefits for being an Amazon, for having an Amazon Prime membership uh, on TikTok without it, essentially without leaving the app.
Mm. Hmm. That's
That's a
dope.
big move. That's a big move.
You know, it would be dope if somehow Amazon and TikTok partnered up, but in a way that the reviews could pop up on Amazon from TikTok, if that makes
Mm,
sense.
facts.
That would be dope.
Facts. Like, let's
That
say
would be dope.
somebody makes a video reviewing the product.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll be, you know what? That's smart. That would be
Yeah.
dope. Because I'm the type
Amazon,
of
reach out to
guy.
me.
Yeah, facts. Is that
And your creative
I'm the
team.
type of guy when I'm on Amazon, I'm reviewing, because we know a lot of the products that we buy on Amazon are
Hmm.
essentially, I wouldn't say like a copy, but they are similar to other products that are a lot more expensive.
Right.
And being able to see, like, the review, I feel that would be a smart move.
Hmm. Facts. I agree. But ultimately, if you had to choose, and you guys as well, what platform are you rocking with? Vine or TikTok?
Hmm.
I'm loyal to Vine. I ain't gonna lie. I like Vine. Vine is my majority of my childhood, I'd say, or like not childhood, teenage
teenage
childhood.
teenage years,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I'll go Vine for now. But if teenage years,
For
I ain't
now,
gonna lie.
I do have a question. Who was your what was your favorite Vine?
I really don't have one. Bro, I'd have to look at the videos. I can't remember, to be honest with you. I'd be lying to you if I had a specific one. Um,
Okay, okay, okay.
but King Batch was one of my favorite. I mean, obviously, it was
Yeah,
everybody's. But
King Bash was actually the
let me
the
see.
biggest creator on there.
Yeah, he was massive, man. Oh, also I remember what's his name? His name is KB, but he does YouTube now. K
Hmm.
Burton or whatever. I can't remember his name.
Hmm.
But he
Hmm.
used to do a lot of videos on Vine too, and now he's married and everything. They do YouTube together. Oh, the girl with the glasses used to be funny. The girl
Oh, the one that's looking over her shoulder.
yeah, that
Yeah,
was funny. That was funny, man.
that was hilarious.
Also the little boy,
You're not my dad.
yeah, exactly.
I would say that's my favorite for sure, man.
Yeah,
He said,
Kyrie
"You
Irving
know
used to
my
do vines a
dad."
lot. Damn, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Kyrie Irving used to do vines. Yeah, I'd have to see, but they said supposedly I'm not sure this is, but they had like the top Vine leaderboard, but
Hmm.
they said the top 50 so they ranked the top 50. I just go to the first one. I mean, this is
Hmm.
pretty funny, but let me see which one's the first one. While that loads. You said which one was yours?
The little kid saying, that you're not my dad.
Oh, eyebrows on fleek was a thing.
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't know that
yeah.
was the dab. They used to hit the dab on there a lot. Um, dang, this one is taking forever. Okay, so let's see. The number one, back at it again. Oh, damn, Daniel was Vine. What?
Oh yeah. Damn, Daniel, back at it with the white man.
Dang, that's crazy.
I remember every time
um,
you would wear white bands in school, they would hit you with that. Damn, that.
so Nene was one thing was
Hmm.
on Vine as well. Who is she? I don't know what that one is, but yeah, I mean, I don't know, bro. I'd have to see the videos and but the damn Daniel was funny. Everybody was going to like the Target and doing their little
Hmm.
damn Daniel imitations. Um, but yeah, Vine was definitely inspirational and funny. I definitely liked it. But let us know in the
Nah, I
comments which
agree.
one was your favorite Vine. If you guys have a favorite Vine of all time. Yeah, I mean, I think that's all I have for us today. I don't know about you, my
Nah,
boy.
yeah. Nah, I mean, this was a good episode. Let us know, like my man Juan de Don said, let us know which one was your favorite Vine. Who was your favorite Vine creator as well? And also, don't forget, I keep reminding y'all guys, yo, ask for merch. We got the merch. Go check out the link in the description. Go help us support the channel. That way we can, I will say, figure out a way to create more type of content for you guys. But yeah, go get some merch, rock it. Once you get it, tag us. That way we can share it on all our social media platforms. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say today, man.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to the Vibras podcast. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Join the family. We're growing. We're growing. We're almost
Hmm.
at 2K.
Yes,
Surprisingly,
sir. Yes, sir.
slowly but surely, we're at 1.6. Dang, we got to start doing that. We should start doing at the beginning of the videos. We should start doing a
Hmm.
subscriber count.
All right. All right.
That
All right.
that that would be dope. We should start doing a subscriber count. Let's give you guys a more accurate number here. We're gonna do it at the end today, but we're gonna start doing it at the beginning, and that hopefully that number continues to go up each and every week. But let's see, at this week, starting this week, we are at a whopping amount of 1,647 subscribers.
Let's go. Let's go.
And if you guys are interested in Dominican content, we have our Dominican playlist. And
Hmm.
shout out to the Vibras for hitting 6K, a whopping 6K on our
Yep. Yep.
Dominican
Yep. Yep.
Spanish 101. That's major. I know to many it may not be a lot, but to us that's a lot. And we are
Yep.
thankful that we reached this number. This was definitely, it's surprising because the video has been up for what, a couple years, right?
About year and a half, 2 years, somewhere around there.
2 years, yeah, and it's at
Yeah,
6.1K. Wow. Thank you
6.1K and
guys.
growing.
Man. So yeah, that's fire. So thank you guys for all the support. If you are here because of that, thank you guys for the love. Make sure you like this video. Comment down below your favorite Vine. If you have one, comment down below your favorite part of the episode, and comment down if you team Vine or team TikTok. We'd like to know.
Yeah. And I have one more thing because I use Realize. We're coming to the end of season 5 of the Vibras here on the the Vibras podcast. So I want you guys to, in the comment section, let us know which one has been your favorite episode from this season, and also let us know which was your favorite season thus far of the Vibras podcast.
And also make sure you guys can convince Michael to one day do an episode in Chicago for the Vibras.
Hey, we gotta do it. We gotta do it. We gotta do a downtown scene somewhere.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. That'd be fire.
But I'm down.
Bada bing.
I'm down.
But thank you guys so much. Make sure you like this video. Like we said, comment something down below. But as always, as I say at the end of the Vibras podcast, make sure to subscribe and let's vibe.
And let's vibe.
Peace. Nos vemos.
Nos fuimos.
Sir.